The 1980s were years of glory for the Boston Celtics as they made 5 trips to the NBA Finals and came away with 3 World Championships. But last year, an injured Larry Bird watched from the sidelines. As the Detroit Pistons swept Boston out of the playoffs in the first round, the Celtics went home, while the Pistons went on to their first NBA crown. But this year, Larry Bird is back, and Boston is hoping that Bird can lead the team once again to the top of that NBA mountain. The Celtics finished the regular season playing their best basketball of the year. Though some accused the team of being past its prime, Boston is basically healthy going into this year's second season. Meanwhile, the New York Knicks are hoping that the broad shoulders of Patrick Ewing can carry them to the top. Though the Knicks have struggled of late, Ewing has been a dominant force on the basketball court throughout the regular season. Tonight it's playoff time. Round 1, Game 1, the Celtics and the Knicks, right here on Sports Channel. Welcome, everybody, to a sold-out Boston Garden, where tonight the 1990 NBA playoffs are about to get underway. The New York Knicks are in town and set to take on the Boston Celtics. Hello again, everyone. I'm Mike Gorman, along with Tom Heinsohn, and welcome to the second season, the best season, some would say, in the NBA. The playoffs begin tonight against the New York Knicks. And Tom, right off the top, we're going to talk about some of the keys for the Boston Celtics, offensive keys. Larry Bird comes to mind right away.
Well, there's no question. I think Larry Bird has to regain Larry Bird playoff form. He is their main guy, their go-to guy, the guy they count on for clutch baskets at opportune moments. And he's really done a decent job coming down the stretch. Beginning of the year, he had some flashes of his old form, but he started to steady out. And the last thing that really has come around consistently is that outside shot. That really might be a factor in this series.
Okay, we'll see what Larry can do with the outside shot. Second key to winning, handle the press if the Knicks throw it at him.
Well, there's no question that the Knicks will probably use an awful lot of the press in order to up-tempo the game. And again, Bird has been a designated zone press breaker with those three-point shots from the corner. So that outside shot of Bird, again, very important in beating that press.
On the other side, the defensive keys for the Boston Celtics, they're going to have to hustle back on defense.
Well, if the Knicks intend to run, they've got the superior athletes, great quickness. Johnny Newman becomes a great player if they're running, becomes an ordinary player if they play stand-around half-court basketball. But Gerald Wilkins on the move is a terror. And Cheeks, with the good push and good decision-making on who should get the ball, really could be a big player for them. They've got to stop his penetration and his hard push of the ball.
I'm sure a big part of the preparation for this series for Jimmy Rogers and the rest of the Celtic coaching staff was how do you defend Patrick Ewing?
Well, they've tried several different ways, I think the place they've been the most successful is really letting Parrish handle him one-on-one and shut off the other people in that half-court offense. That might not be as easy to do if the Knicks are running. So they may end up having to double-team Patrick more than he has in the past. But Ewing has had some sensational games against the Celtics. But then again, Robert Parrish has more than held his own.
All right, the Chief indeed does come up with some real solid efforts against Patrick Ewing. In fact, had the edge over a guy who might be considered to be the MVP in the league. In addition to the Knicks, as they head into this playoff series, Charles Oakley will be back. Now, how much of a factor is he coming back?
Really don't know. A lot depends upon the hand. They're saying it's still kind of tender. And we're looking at a splint right now, a soft cast. If he breaks it again, will he be able to play with a hard cast? I've seen players. It's on his left hand. He's not, it shouldn't really hurt him. I would think that he'd be pretty effective. He should have been able to stay in shape. Maybe not prime shape, competitive shape, but he'll be heard from.
One guy who may well be heard from before the playoffs are through off the effort he had against the Knicks the last time these two clubs met, Reggie Lewis, who's had a big final month or so of the season.
Well, when the Knicks try and really take Kevin McHale's game away and really get at Larry Bird, of course, is a great problem. That leaves the two guards open, and Reggie Lewis has really profited from that type of strategy. They haven't been able to get out him and really deny him what he likes to do.
Okay, quick question, Tom. What will be the things that you'll look for in the first 4 or 5 minutes of this game?
I think it's going to be a tempo thing. What the Knicks are willing to do, they have not played up-tempo basketball to a large degree all season long. To change their stripes in midstream is going to be kind of tough for the Knicks to do. And the Celtics, I think if they just played the way they played the last 3 weeks of the season, look for the fast breaks when they're there, take them. If not, get it inside. They can beat the Knicks.
Okay, we will see what happens here. The 1990 NBA playoffs coming up on Sports Channel. The Celtics and the Knickerbockers. The Boston Garden in Boston, Massachusetts, the site tonight for 1990 NBA playoff action. Two of the real towers in the East, Patrick Ewing and Robert Parrish. Some final thoughts. And there's the horn as the crowd, not really a factor, frankly, all year long for this Boston Celtic team, may well become playoff time.
Well, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You up?
We've been looking forward to this.
Uh-huh.
To this, not for this, but to this for a long time.
I'll tell you, there were a lot of determined faces in that locker room when I walked into the Celtic dressing room. And these guys right here, they're not quite sure what's going to happen to them.
It's like Kiki Vandeweghe caught a right cross from someone there. Got a black eye, left side. The Celtics, of course, made no changes for their playoff roster. Decided against Brian Shaw.
First, for the New York Knicks. At guard, from West Texas State, 6'1", number 1, Maurice Cheeks. The other guard is from Tennessee at Chattanooga, 6'6", number 21, Gerald Wilkins. The center is from Georgetown, 7 foot even, number 33, Patrick Ewing. And forward from Kentucky, 6'8", number 7, Kenny Walker. And at the other forward from UCLA, 6'8", number 55, Kiki Vandeweghe. Trainer of the Knicks is Mike Saunders. Assistant coaches Jeff Van Gundy, Paul Silas, and Ernie Grunfeld. Head coach of the Knicks, Stu Jackson.
Very interesting starting lineup for the Knicks.
And now introducing the Boston Celtics.
They're ready, and look at Johnny Most. He's ready.
Pepperdine is 6'4", number 3, Dennis Johnson. The other guard is from Northeastern, 6'7", number 35, Reggie Lewis. The center is from Centenary, 7'1", number 00, Robert Parrish. And forward from Minnesota, 6'10", number 32, Kevin McHale. And at the other forward from Indiana State, 6'9", number 33, Larry Bird.
Well, I said that the Knicks had an interesting lineup. As you're looking at Jimmy Rogers, who really going into probably his most competitive chance of making some headway in the playoffs. Certainly last year didn't have much of a chance.
Lee Jones, Jack Madden, Jess Kersey, 3 veterans on the crew tonight.
But the interesting lineup that I was talking about is that is not their best defensive lineup to handle the inside people of the Celtics, particularly Kiki Vandeweghe. Who is he going to guard?
I agree. This copyright program is presented by the authority of the NBA and the Boston Celtics, and it is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written permission of the NBA, the Celtics, and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on the broadcast selected by Sports Channel and approved by the Celtics. Patrick Ewing, Kevin McHale. Some great names in this basketball game here tonight. Kenny Walker will have his hands full up front defensively, as will Kiki Vandeweghe.
Well, Kiki will probably end up taking Kevin McHale, so they ought to be well tuned into trying to protect Kiki defending against McHale. Should be a lot of double teaming on Kevin McHale should the Celtics try and work that matchup.
I'll bet you there's not a single member of the Knicks who was on that team the last time. I'll bet you. Here we go. Cheeks controls the tap. He'll be picked up by Dennis Johnson. Reggie Lewis has got Gerald Wilkins. McHale's on Vandeweghe trying to free himself behind a Ewing screen. They go to Patrick. They clear a side for him. Might have got away with a walk. Won't get the bucket. Rebound McHale. Outlet to Lewis.
Well, Celtics not exactly going to zip it up the court there, it didn't look like. Reggie was prepared to give it a go, but nobody else was.
Kenny Walker on Bird, Vandeweghe on McHale. Mismatch of a major order right there.
That is one of the real tough defensive assignments for a guy like Kiki Vandeweghe. Kevin McHale, they never even got close to doubling him.
Wilkins putting it on the floor, leaves it for Walker. He hits a jumper.
Well, Bird, who will not respect Walker's outside shot, is going to be the free safety defender. So Walker will have to hit that shot in order to make Bird pay for that roaming around.
Reggie behind the screen looking inside for the Chief. Robert slapping away the hand of Ewing. Takes the shot. Bird there. Offensive board for two. Wilkins immediately looks for Ewing on the other end. Patrick with a little room. It's jump shot.
I'll tell you, Robert Parrish had trouble getting back on defense that time. Bird was forced to pick up Ewing.
Parrish comes out to set a little pick for Bird, trying to lose Vandeweghe. He did, and Ewing too, and then a strip by Walker. McHale, some nice fakes.
And Ewing was waiting there for the block. McHale forced to take the fall away.
Ewing the kick out this time. Wilkins fakes the three, forces a two. Bird the rebound. Outlet to DJ. Parrish and McHale fill in the wings. DJ for two.
The two biggest Celtic players out on the wings, spreading out the defense. And DJ just had enough daylight to sneak through.
Vandeweghe takes the shot.
That's his shot. Now McHale must get out and get him. And they'll set a lot of picks so that Kiki can catch and shoot. So McHale's going to have to disengage from a lot of big bodies out there.
Reggie pops out. Inside to McHale. Again, double team this time. Cheeks a pretty good one. Bird left open. Got it.
Double team left Bird open on the rotation.
Cheeks the quick push. And Maurice gets his own rebound. 10-6 Boston. Just under 9 minutes to go here first quarter. Vandeweghe.
Well, he is a quick shooter. And there goes Parrish on the break.
Reggie finds Robert. Takes it closer for two.
I'll tell you, he flat out hustled Ewing up the court. Ewing never got to half court practically.
Celtics a 12-6 lead, and the Knicks are going to take a time. Boston out early, up by 6. Celtics a 6-point lead. Knicks using that 20-second timeout to try to regroup here. Bird aggressively out on Walker. He's been right with Walker. Ewing again takes the same jump shot, hits it again.
No double teams. They're going to let Robert Parrish handle him one-on-one.
Here comes some Knick pressure, a trap at half court. Parrish helps relieve it.
Celtics with only 12 seconds left on the
Bird backdoor.
24-second clock, but DJ alert to the opening of Bird.
Ewing a little screen outside for Wilkins. Gets it back. Boy, Patrick's really thinking offensively.
Nobody doubled him again.
Yep. Knicks again trying to show some pressure, and Kenny Walker the foul in the backcourt.
The prime reason that they're using the pressure defense is not only to try and make some steals, but to get Boston to play a helter-skelter offense, get them out of their half-court game, but also to make them take time off the clock, advancing the ball if the Celtics don't want to go helter-skelter.
Charles Oakley making his first appearance in a while. Comes in with his club down 4.
I'll tell you, Oakley now is bumping McHale.
In and out, rebound Ewing.
Knocked him out of the sweet spot.
Cheeks will take it. Knicks to within 2. Cheeks the pressure on Bird. Reggie gets a screen from McHale. A little leaner by Lewis. He's hit on the way up, and he'll go to the line.
A little pick and roll play that time, and McHale broke free. Now, Reggie was a little indecisive as to whether to pass it to McHale or take the shot himself. And he did the right thing. If in doubt, take the shot yourself.
Great year for Reg. All 5 of the Celtics starters have now scored. They lead by 3, 15-12, 7:02 to go in the first. Wilkins immediately gives it back up to Cheeks. Little screen from Oakley outside. Wilkins, nice little move, and he gets 2.
Reggie got hung up on a double pick. But here's the pressure in the backcourt, and it's slowing the Celtics' fluidity of running their half-court offense.
McHale outside for 2.
Over the top of Oakley, as Parrish really had a great position on Ewing.
Kevin 3 of 4 from the floor. Boston by 4. Wilkins coming around the screen. Short with it. DJ. Bird got knocked down.
Dennis Johnson just pity pats it up there.
Parrish is aggressive with the hands on Ewing. Ewing gives him the bump. Robert gets the roll.
I'll tell you, Patrick Ewing should not be allowed to straight arm the man the way he's been doing, and Parrish is talking to Jack Madden right now just on that very point.
It's a little more than the hand check.
That's right.
DJ blocks the way for Cheeks, and an offensive foul is called.
Well, Dennis Johnson has got his feet moving beautifully that time on Mo Cheeks.
5:36 to go in the first. 20-14 Boston. Celtics by 6 here. 5:36 to go first quarter. And following the Celtics game, Stanley Cup action comes up here on Sports Channel. Game 5 of that Campbell Conference Division Final between the Blackhawks and the Blues. We'll join that one in progress after tonight's basketball game.
Going to watch now. Ewing with the hand out there extended. Parrish slapping it away. And Arias just putting it on, hand on his hip. And then bumps Robert Parrish. Could have been a foul on that play. Parrish ends up with the hoop. But here you're going to see Ewing, what he does, a little up fake on Parrish and then takes it, and he's forced to the left hand. Nice move by Ewing that time. But no double team, no help. So Celtics saying, we're going to shut out the 4 other guys, and Robert will have to handle Patrick all by himself.
Celtics have picked off 2 offensive rebounds on 3 of their misses, too. So Boston has really been all over the offensive end. Patrick Ewing stuck on the bench for a moment. Now he's back in.
How'd he get stuck on the bench?
I don't know.
Crazy glue?
Maybe. Taking every second, that's for sure. Harris will screen outside for Burke. Leaner by Larry. Rebound to Ewing.
Celtics back very quickly.
Oakley will take it. And a major league air ball.
Well, that's not surprising after a guy being out for so long. Boy, a couple of trips up the court, then you don't know where the basket is.
Robert Parrish over Ewing.
Watch out, Robert Parrish got mad.
He sure has. Patrick looking to get it back. Rebound Parrish.
Never got the good position, and it was a most difficult shot. There's some benefits for Jimmy Rogers and the Celtics in playing Patrick Ewing one-on-one, which we will talk about.
Oakley's got Parrish in a switch. Celtics are trying to use that matchup. DJ has to take it as the shot clock was going down, and Vandeweghe got a rebound. Up it comes to Cheeks. Cheeks trying to use a Ewing screen. Wilkins launches and hits a 2. And a foot on the line.
Well, if the Celtics are not going to help on the interior game, they should not be getting shots like that on the rotation of the ball. Reggie got to get back on that man and shut him out from the outside.
Nice lay down by Bird. Parrish got it back and laid it in. To the hard way for Robert.
Robert was 2 inches short in his jump that
time.
Wasn't
he? Got to be embarrassing. Wilkins too hard. Rebound Bird. Foul Wilkins over the back. Second on Gerald Wilkins.
Well, that's what Larry Bird has been doing so well all season long. Defensive rebounding, creeping in there, blocking out, coming up with a good defensive rebound. You watch Robert Parrish up the other end of the court as Bird now up fakes, gets into the paint, gets Ewing lifted, and Parrish just a little short on the jump, but gets it back. Look at him looking at Ewing to see where he is so he doesn't get his shot blocked.
John Bagley, Joe Klein have come in for Boston. Dennis Johnson, Robert Parrish go to the bench. Trent Tucker has checked into the Knick lineup. Good strip by Oakley. Here comes Cheeks. First turnover in Boston in 8.5 minutes of play. Cheeks by Bagley.
Oh, tough shot. Could have been a foul on Bagley.
Or could have. Klein in the middle looking for help. Near steal Vandeweghe. Cross-court Bird. Larry. Blocked by Ewing. Picked off the floor by Tucker, and Tucker touched it last.
Well, Joe Klein had to come way out in the middle of the court to try and get that pass, and that's why they really did not defeat that press defense easily.
2:58 to go in the first. Back at the Boston Garden, 24-18. Celtics by 6, and as the Celtics advance in the NBA playoffs, Sports Channel will follow along and bring you select home games. Keep an eye on your local listings as Sports Channel brings the Celtics through the playoffs.
It's going to be fun.
I think so. I'm optimistic.
You know, look at Jimmy last year, his first shot as head coach. Didn't have much of a chance. This year, a lot better feeling with his ball club.
Ewing's pass is picked off. Reggie. Tapped in by McHale, but they're not going to count it.
McHale claiming he never touched it as Patrick Ewing makes Reggie change the arc of the shot. I don't know, did he or didn't he?
I don't know. 6-point Boston lead. The official who, from the angle he was at, he didn't know either. Tucker hits one outside.
That's his shot, boy, and they got him dipping behind picks, so Reggie's going to have to get it going and fight through those picks. Here's the pressure.
Near steal at half court.
Celtics pull it out against this. That takes precious time off the clock to work their half-court offense.
Joe Klein gathers himself nicely with the left hand.
And really anticipated Ewing looking for his right hand. Shot at lefty.
Ewing faces up on Joe. Joe's got him pushed off the spot pretty good. Tucker again. Johnny Newman.
Well, Bird was blocking everybody out except Newman.
He had them all, didn't he?
Yep. And the ball just came out a little long. But the rewards I was talking about with Ewing, so much of the offense being dictated by him, is that he may wear down.
Oakley got the block. Back to Newman on the break. Nice play by Bagley, but a blocking foul is called. But it's about all John could do.
I'll tell you, there were 4 Knicks coming at Bagley. Here's Bird getting blocked by Oakley. Here's the finish coming up quickly. I don't know about that one. I'll tell you, that could have been a charge on Johnny Newman.
First foul called on the Celtics.
You know, the Knicks have not played particularly well in this game, and they're only down 4 points.
Kevin McHale gets his first rest. Parrish and Klein on the floor at the same time. Johnny Newman looking to work. He's had some big nights against Larry.
But he did it with that up-tempo style.
Right.
Oh, how many steps does he get?
He got a few there, didn't he? Joe Klein picked up the foul.
So Joe's out at him and down, which is what you're supposed to be. 1, 2, look like 2.5-er.
7th point of the first quarter for Ewing.
If I were Joe Klein, I'd back off Patrick and really angle him off the basket. Let him shoot the outside shot from out there. He's going nowhere.
Boston by 3.
Jackson has to be very happy where the Knicks are positioned right now in this quarter.
Careless pass by Bagley, and Sheets goes coast to coast.
Steal, up-tempo, layup. That's what Jackson wanted from these Knicks.
Bagley open. Takes the jump shot. Gets his own rebound. First hoop of the night for John. Celtics by 3 again. Cheeks, nice move on Bagley, leaving it to Eddie Lee Wilkins. Cheeks went down hard. Klein went over the top of him. And we've gotten out of bounds out of all that.
Here comes Mo Cheeks on the drive, makes the pass. Collision there as the ball went out of bounds. Now, once the guy passes the ball, the referee usually takes his eye off that man. He missed it.
Tucker comes up shooting for 2.
I tell you, boy, get on him, Reggie, because when he gets hot, you don't turn him off till the next game.
Knicks to within 1. Reggie will try. Can't hit baseline, but Eddie Lee Wilkins kicked it out of bounds. Celtics catch a break there with 27 seconds to go in the quarter. That's the first field goal attempted by Reggie Lewis tonight.
No, it isn't.
That's what Dick Life says. I believe Dick.
I don't believe Dick tonight. He took one that Ewing almost...
You lose those bets more than you win them. 5 turnovers now on Boston, and the Knicks a ball and a chance to get the lead.
Reggie took the shot that they called Kevin McHale goaltending.
Right, so it didn't count. Ha! We're talking official stuff.
Should have counted.
Newman fires. Hits!
That's what the Knicks did so well under Rick Pitino. Those top-out shots.
Bagley leaving it, and Parrish unable to convert. And the Knicks have come back to take a lead after 1, 30-28. A strong final 5 minutes of that quarter by the New York Knicks, and they've got the lead after 1, 30-28. And for the 3rd consecutive season, the Boston Bolts of the American Professional Soccer League can be found on Sports Channel. Join us Saturday night for live soccer action as the Bolts host defending ASL Conference champs, the Fort Lauderdale Strikes. Catch all the action Saturday night at 7. They're strikers. Those strikers will be here.
You're going to watch the pounding that Patrick Ewing's going to take in. Joe Klein fighting for position, bumping him out as far out as possible. He's above the foul line. On the reception, Klein just backs off, creates some airspace between him and Ewing. Ewing knows he has no place to go, gets rid of the ball. But so much of the Knicks offense is focused on Ewing that he's going to play a lot of minutes, that when they need him to be the most productive, he may have long since worn down.
Well, you were right on that series, Tom, so far. Cleveland with a halftime lead of 4 over the Philadelphia 76ers at the Spectrum in Philly. Celtics begin the second quarter with Bird, McHale, Paxson, Bagley, and Parrish. Bird outside for 2.
Bird has not been searching out his offense. They want to get him in the game.
Tied at 30. Cheeks, Eddie Lee Wilkins, Johnny Newman, Patrick Ewing, Trent Tucker on the floor for the Knicks. Newman's hit a 3 already. Nice lead for Ewing and a better shot by Patrick.
Well, a mismatch situation. Parrish was forced to go out on Newman and then really made a bad mistake by rushing Newman. I'll create that layup for Ewing.
Paxson outside, covered by Cheeks. Eddie Lee Wilkins has got McHale. They double him immediately. Jim's open. Back rims it. Rebound Cheeks. Ewing's ahead of the field. Cheeks didn't see him. And Eddie Lee Wilkins couldn't handle the pass. Eddie Lee gave up running. He did. He had the brakes on, didn't he? He had the brakes on. He didn't have the foot to the middle. Knicks by 2. McHale putting it on the floor. That's a walk. Kevin not getting along with Jess Thompson tonight. He made the goaltending charge, too. Newman sets. Hits. Well, I'll tell you, they're starting to hit that outside shot. When a team starts to hit the outside shot, you're in serious trouble. Now, they're not doubling Patrick Ewing. They ought to be all over those people on the perimeter. Tipped away by Ewing, who saw the inside pass coming. Back to Parrish, left alone. Good look by Bagley. Robert Parrish first in double figures with 10. Newman, 2 more. Up quickly, got a chance to put it on the floor before the Celtics defense got organized. Newman's got 9 in about 5 minutes of play. The run is working for the Knicks. Bird pops out. McHale finds room for Parrish, and he's got 2. Great pass by McHale through all the blue jerseys and found Parrish. Robert is 6 of 8. Celtics defense is what's really let them down here. They not getting back quickly on defense, and they're not getting out stopping the perimeter. Here's Paxson backing off. Tucker, he ought to be out high on Tucker. Wow, that's a big-time 3 from Trent Tucker. Well, I tell you, he is a hot cookie right now, and you're not going to turn him off. He's about 4 feet outside the line. Sure was. Don't let him get the ball. Bird, Newman slapping away. Larry hits the ball away. Larry's got to take his offense into his own hands. He can score against Newman. Ewing pushed out by Parrish, puts it on the floor. Robert gets a foul. First on the Chief. You're going to see now Patrick has had to go way outside, puts it on the floor, and Parrish kind of angled him off, went after the shot to try and block it when it was going to be a real tough shot for Ewing to try and make. Selectivity. But Ewing, so much a part of what they do offensively, and will play so many minutes as we're looking at Mark Jackson coming into the game, that when they need his points the most, down the stretch of a ball game, his legs may not be underneath him. Jimmy Rogers kind of using a pretty decent strategy, 2 platooning against Ewing, laying some speed on him with Parrish getting it up and down every once in a while, and then Klein to lean on him. Not a bad concept. Ewing 2 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Into McHale, he gets hammered. It'll be Newman who came on the double team. Well, that's how they're going to take away Kevin McHale's game. They're sending 2-3 people at him, and he's got hardly a chance, really, unless he makes the move on the catch to really score down that low post. Now, here's where the Celtics have to make some inroads. Well, that's awful. Oakley really bodying McHale. He's finally called and complains. I tell you, this stuff that they're letting go this year in that low post, bumping people. Now you watch, Oakley just walking McHale out of there. And now they finally call it when he jumps into him. Foul happened about 5 counts soon. Reggie Lewis knocks down his first field goal. Celts back to within 2. Mark Jackson, first time running the show here for the Knicks. Robert Parrish would not be a bad option to utilize at this stage with Ewing on the bench. Blocked out of bounds by McHale, but he touched it last, even though the Celtics are claiming a win off Oakley. Stu Jackson, rookie coach, under a lot of pressure in New York, but that kind of goes with the turf. Jackson trying to spin on DJ, leaves it to Oakley again. Oakley took a walk in the lane, and Eddie Lee Wilkins gets a jump shot. Can't believe that was the sequence that Stu Jackson was looking for.
Eddie Lee is just...
Trent Tucker, nice hustle play. Very nice play by Tucker. Up to Jackson. Over to Newman.
Boy, they're just jumping all over steals right now and heading to the hoop.
Newman is 5 for 5 since checking in the game. Nick Bench has really responded tonight. McHale's turnaround. Rebound Oakley.
Didn't have enough time to turn to the middle.
Jackson. Newman thought about three. Stripped by Lewis, and a jump ball is called.
Well, I don't know if it was a jump ball. Sure looked like a steal, but Reggie Lewis helped out on a penetration of Mark Jackson.
Kenny Walker and Eddie Lee Wilkins sits down. Paxson will sit down for Boston. Bird back in. Lewis and Newman will jump it up. Celtics trail by 4. 7:15 to go here first half. 42-38. Not a low-scoring game on the scoreboard, but not really an up-tempo game on Boston's part. Kevin Leaney knocks it down.
I'll tell you, they're not going to call anything in that low post. Better be both ways because McHale's getting hammered underneath there.
Tucker. Oh, he took that from about 7 feet outside the three-point line. I mean, Trent shot that one from the sidewalk. Knicks lead 42-40, 6:51 to go here first half. Sports Channel has a lot of great sports coverage in store for you. On Saturday, we'll bring you live auto racing, the Busch Grand National at 4 o'clock. And we'll bring you more basketball action beginning May 19th when the World Basketball League comes back to Sports Channel. Remember, the only place to get the whole picture is on Sports Channel. You could count on one hand the number of players who have the range of Trent Tucker.
Yeah, but look at where Paxson is, way below the circle, helping nobody. And he just fakes him back and lets it fly. Now you say, well, you got to let him take that shot. No, not Trent Tucker. And don't let him swing the ball from one side to the other. That makes the defense twice as tough to play. Get out there and challenge that man. Don't let him get the ball.
Bird trying to get himself free. Comes to Lewis instead. Reggie, a hook shot in the lane. Parrish there for the offensive board. Celtics will reset. Tucker's got Bird. Jackson doubles McHale. Reggie's left open.
Good look that time to find the open Reggie Lewis.
Tied at 42. Walker pops out. 5 on the shot clock. Jackson will try it. Too hard. Oakley went down hard, but Tucker got the rebound. Johnny Newman with some room. Tough shot. And he got hit by McHale. First on Kevin.
Worst thing you can do is rush out a good outside shooter. Because after a while, he recognizes that, hey, you're coming out of a defense. I have the advantage. You can't stop. I am stopped. I can start in my direction faster than you can retreat. That's exactly what happened on that last play as Bird rushed at Newman, and then McHale was forced to pick him up. If you want to stop a good outside shooter, you got to stay with him.
13 first half points for Johnny Newman. Here comes some Nick pressure. Parrish open in the middle. Kevin will take it and hit it.
Well, the Celtics are not defeating this press in the conventional way by trying to get layups.
Tied again at 44. Newman again. Hits again.
Well, McHale was right there with Newman that time.
move by McHale. Tips it twice. No. And another offensive goaltend is called on McHale.
Well, as easy as that shot looked, it really wasn't quite that easy. As Newman makes the gamble, McHale had to make the move on the catch. And that was the tip while it was hanging on the cylinder, but it was close.
Sure was. Reggie aggressively out on Tucker now. Newman, the hot hand, takes it in traffic, leaves it for Jackson. Tucker for three.
Well, there goes that collapsing defense, and the Knicks are suckering the Celtics defense to collapse and then just hitting their good outside shooters.
Biggest lead of the night for the Knicks. It's 5. Bird wants it. Got it on the roll.
Not a bad move. Put Larry in that low post. Newman can't handle him down there.
And the Knicks are going to take a timeout. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left to go here first half. Knicks by 3. Three-point Knick lead, 4:33 to go here first half. The best college baseball coverage can be found right here on Sports Channel. Along with the great games we'll be bringing you from around the country, we'll also bring you the ECAC, SEC, and Big Ten baseball championships. So don't miss any of the college action coming your way this spring on Sports Channel. Right now, the Knick bench, as we said earlier, really responding to the call. Guys like Trent Tucker and Johnny Newman, they have outscored the Celtics big time.
Well, you know, one of the things when they moved Kevin McHale into the starting lineup is the fact that he was contributing the great majority of the Celtics bench points. And there is no real great offensive player on the bench that's going to produce. So it's easy to see why they might be outmatched offensively or in point production off the bench.
Pistons having their way against the Pacers. Vandeweghe, Jackson, Tucker. Vandeweghe to the hole, leaving it for Walker. He hits. Boy, everybody's hitting for the Knicks.
When Kenny Walker starts feeling comfortable hitting that shot, the Celtics better rethink what they're doing.
Pretty good pressure by the Knicks. Celtics nearly throw it away, and then Reggie turned it over. Turnovers starting to pile up on Boston now.
Well, the press not going for the layup. Ewing that time was back to protect against the layup. They have not attacked the basket. Ewing had no problem getting in foul trouble.
Vandeweghe off with the jump shot. Bird the rebound. Looking ahead for McHale. Too long for him.
Well, McHale thought he had an opening, and so did Bird, but Trent Tucker was right there.
Number 10 on Boston. Inside Walker. Turnaround over Bird for 2.
Now that's Kenny Walker's territory. College, he was one of the great centers in his college class.
7-point Knick lead. Reggie trying to put it on the floor. Baseline jumper for 2.
And Ewing lurking there made Reggie pull it up.
Jackson back quickly. Tucker for 3. In and out this time. And I think the foul might be on Walker, who went flying by, but no, I think it's going to go on McHale. Yes, it is. I mean, Walker went flying by.
I got to see this one. On the left of your screen, there's McHale. He just overran the play and then made it look good.
Trent Tucker is out. Gerald Wilkins is back in for the Knicks.
I'll tell you, that speed unit of the Knicks really has done the damage.
Mark Jackson leaves it for Vandeweghe.
Boy, the Knicks are burying the Celtics in this latter stages of this second half just with pure outside shooting. All the guys they were not supposed to score are scoring.
DJ will try. Second basket for Dennis tonight gets the Celtics back to within 5, 2:40 to go first half.
The team shoots as well as the Knicks are from the outside from so many people, boy. You're in for a tough night.
Ewing nowhere to go, and he stepped on the end line.
That time Robert Parrish did what you're supposed to do. Angle him underneath the hoop. Backed off just enough so that Ewing could not swoop by him.
Celtics looking to get the three or closer.
But no easy baskets for the Celtics.
Not a one. DJ over Jackson. Stu Jackson calls the play off the Knick bench. Comes to Wilkins. Ewing will go try to set up. And Wilkins lost it on the baseline.
Great switch that time by Robert Parrish to cut off the hoop from Wilkins. He just thought he had a shot and it disappeared.
Skip pass for Bird. Knocked away by Walker. Larry gets it back. To McHale, wants to go on Vandeweghe. Leans in, and Kiki draws the foul.
They are ever ready to protect whoever is defending against Kevin McHale. They're shooting a double at him. There it comes, Jackson, but McHale eludes that, fakes back into the double, and really lifted Kiki. He's not used to playing guys down there.
McHale with 10 points here in the first half, averaging 21 a game during the season.
Knicks are capable of scoring points in clusters, so that and the Celtics in this game are pecking away 2 by 2. Boy, every miss becomes like an agony.
First free throw Kevin has missed against the Knicks this year. Vandeweghe almost hurt Ewing with that pass. Rebound McHale, took it right over the top of Walker. Celtics a chance for a tie here with 1:20 to go in the half. Into Parrish. Robert, he'll go to the line.
Ewing and all the Knicks are bumping the big guys of the Celtics off the spot. Look how far out Robert Parrish is, and there's the bump by Ewing as he turns to the inside. The foul is charged to Wilkins, but could have easily been given.
They did give it to Ewing.
Oh, they gave it to Ewing. Yep. Okay.
12 points, 4 rebounds for Robert Parrish here first half.
First order of defense against a good low post team is don't let them get over the box and fight for that position down there. And so far the Knicks have done that in admirable fashion.
Tied at 55 with 1:11 to go. Ewing trying to throw a screen. Jackson, I'm not sure if he was aware of it, leaves it for Wilkins. Vandeweghe. Walker launches one. Rebound to Bird. Boston can get the lead. DJ lets the traffic go by. Bird wants it on Vandeweghe. Larry takes a left-handed leaner. Picked off by Ewing. Jackson finds Wilkins. And Dennis Johnson's going to be called for the reach-in foul.
Well, Celts had one to waste. Not a bad time to use it.
First on DJ. And the first in the last 2 minutes on the Celtics, so the Knicks will inbound. They get a fresh 24 with 35 seconds to go in the half. Mark Jackson stripped by Dennis Johnson. But that's the second foul.
All right, here's a guy that went from Rookie of the Year with so much acclaim that you couldn't believe it. And a lot of it I don't really think was justified. I don't think he was that great a player as they were promoting him to be in New York. And all of a sudden...
That's New York, though.
He becomes the worst player. And he's not the worst player either, as they're portraying him to be.
And that's New York, too.
That's New York, too. I think a lot of people got the feeling that he got a little bit too cocky for his own good.
Yes, they did.
And taking those long shots, he hit a big three-point player against Chicago. And fickle crowd down there in the Big Apple. They rise up and bite you.
Knicks by 2. New York will get one more possession here. First half. Reggie. Over Ewing. Short with it. Tracks down his own rebound, and it's stolen away. Wilkins has got Walker with him. Vandeweghe the trailer. Kiki is stripped. Loose. Patrick got it and laid it in. Heck of a play by Ewing. DJ. And he is fouled with 4.8 seconds to go in the half. 59-55.
Well, Dennis is really pushing it hard against this defense against Walker and really gets challenged then by Ewing. A foul given to Kenny Walker. Dennis had the bruised thigh, missed the better part of last week.
Interesting note from Dick Life. Dennis Johnson playing in his 176th career playoff game. Only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has played in more playoff games than Dennis Johnson. It's interesting. I'm not sure I would have named DJ as second all-time on the playoff list. I would have thought to name him. And a 20-second timeout will be used here. And with this break in the action, ought to be a great time to break for the great taste of Bud Light. It's a big hit with fans everywhere because everything else is just a light. Patrick Ewing will settle for water right about now. The Knick bench, the story so far in this game, as Newman and Tucker have combined for 25 points off the bench. Ewing, the only other Knick in double figures. He has 12. Tucker 10. Newman with 15. Celtics have 3 players in double figures. Bird 12. McHale 11. Parrish 14. Reggie Lewis 8.
I'd have to say this first half was played just exactly the way Stu Jackson would have liked the game to have been played. Up tempo. They got a lot of easy baskets or good opportunities going straight to the hoop. Celtics really didn't get an easy shot this whole half.
Celtics might have a chance to tie this one up. Knicks get careless. Larry Bird will come back in. Ed Pinckney's appearance, a brief one. 1 second. Celtics 3.9 seconds to go here in the half, down 2.
There's the turnover as Celtics get on the press, and Jackson doesn't come to the ball, but he should have caught it. He was looking to make a pass before he made the catch.
DJ, fall away, blocked by Ewing, picked off by Wilkins. Third block of the game for Patrick Ewing, who has come to play tonight. And the Knicks, who led by 2 after 1, have a 2-point lead at the half, 59-57. Welcome back to the Boston Garden, everyone. The Celtics not getting the start that they were looking for here as the 1990 NBA playoffs open up on Sports Channel, and the Knicks have themselves a 2-point lead, 59-57 at halftime. The Knicks getting a great effort out of their bench, especially Johnny Newman and Trent Tucker. Both of them came in shooting and shot the ball very well. Newman had 15 first half points. Tucker chipped in with 10. The Celtics getting the scoring from the usual places. Bird, Parrish, and McHale all in double figures. Reggie Lewis with 8. But so far, it is the Knick bench that is the difference. And if you look at numbers and believe in numbers, the Knicks are 35-3 when leading at the half. No team in the NBA better than the Knicks when they have a halftime lead, and they have one here tonight, 59-57. We'll be back with more from the Boston Garden. Bob Lobel will be joining us in just a minute. 59-57. Knicks by 2 at the half. Time for the WBZ TV Sports Channel update. Let's head downstairs tonight to Bob Lobel. Bob?
All right, Mike Gorman, thank you very much. Standing outside the Celtics locker room, and welcome to the WBZ TV Sports Channel halftime update. Lots going on. The Red Sox and Angels at Fenway Park. NBA playoffs getting underway tonight elsewhere besides here at the Boston Garden. And the National Hockey League still grinding it out. Red Sox and Angels in that rubber game over at Fenway Park. Eric Hetzel called up, making his first start against left-hander Jim Abbott. In the bottom of the first inning, we take a look at the highlights. Ellis Burks, one-out single up the middle, scoring Wade Boggs, who reached on a double, and the Red Sox take an early 1-0 lead. But the Angels get 2 runs in the top of the second. Jack Howell will send this Eric Hetzel pitch deep into the left field screen. It's a 2-run home run in the game. It's now 2-1 California. But the Sox load the bases. Marty Barrett bounces into a 4-6-3 double play. However, Carlos Quintana scores. It is now a 2-2 ball game in the 4th inning. Let's go to the scoreboard. California-Boston locked at 2 in the 4th. Cleveland beat Toronto today 4-3. Oakland has a 1-run lead on the Orioles in the 4th inning. Milwaukee got by Kansas City by 1, 3-2. And Seattle leads the Yankees 5-1 in the 5th inning. Over in the National League, Pittsburgh 2-1 over the Giants today. A final of the Cubs, a near no-hitter, 3-1 over San Diego, and Houston shuts out Atlanta 3-0. The LA Dodgers received some serious news to their pitching staff. Cy Young winner Oral Hershiser had to have arthroscopic surgery, or will have rather, tomorrow on his right shoulder. Meanwhile, the Bruins had today off after last night's demoralizing and humiliating loss to the Canadiens, 4-1 up there. The Bees, of course, still lead this series 3-1, but the Canadiens kept their playoff hopes alive and will be back here Friday night. Now the Bruins need to put last night's dismal performance behind them.
I think we've been successful all year, and even in the playoffs, with the ability to put what's happened in the past behind us and go on and focus on what's ahead of us. So I think we're focused now on game number 5.
You know, it's going to be tougher. It's going to be in Boston, but we played 2 one-goal games there, so I think that should give us some confidence to go into their rink and play well.
Elsewhere in the National Hockey League, series tied at 2. St. Louis and Chicago just getting underway. There's no score in the first. In the NBA's second season getting underway in full swing tonight in Philadelphia, the Sixers and the Cavaliers. Let's take a look at what's happened so far in that one. Off the Hershey-Hawkins miss, Mark Price will go coast to coast with a left-handed layup. Cavaliers playing great basketball right now, having all their players together for perhaps the first time this season. Larry Nance, Winston Bennett, he'll throw it down. And the Cavaliers jump to an early lead. Barkley answers with a jam, 49-45, but the scoreboard show the Knicks lead the Celtics by 2 at the half. They led by 2 after 1. Cleveland now has a 1-point lead over the 76ers in the third, 72-71. Detroit over Indiana, 45-26. That is in the second quarter. And, of course, the Pistons are taking care of Indiana as we might have expected. That's going to take care of our WBZ TV Sports Channel update. We'll have all the highlights from the Celtics and Knicks game, plus National Hockey League action from around the NHL tonight, plus the Red Sox baseball and sports spotlight on the nightcast at 11 here on Channel 4. This is Bob Lobel. We'll throw it back to Mike and Tommy after these messages.
Welcome back once again to the Boston Garden, the New York Knicks and Boston Celtics, game 1 of the 1990 NBA playoffs, and the Knicks a 2-point halftime lead here, 59-57. Celtics shot 67% in the second quarter and just stayed even. They were down 2 after 1.
They really didn't play the defense against the Knicks. And I would really think that the game was played at the tempo that Stu Jackson and the Knicks really liked. They got an awful lot of easy baskets, and the Celtics were not able to go out there and contest the outside shot. The turnovers hurt Boston considerably in that half.
And contesting that outside shot would seem to be something that was talked about a lot in the locker room.
Just goes to prove about these turnovers and half-court games. You shoot 66%. It's number of shots taken that are important, not the percentage that you shoot. That's the old Red Auerbach philosophy, and that's the way the Knicks are trying to do it in this ball game. And the Celtics are pecking at them. They're executing their half-court offense pretty effectively, but not getting easy shots on transition nor a great number of shots.
Let's take a look at some highlights from that first half. Robert Parrish came out initially in the first quarter with some fire in his eyes.
Well, their first thought is to go inside against Ewing and whoever was defending Kevin McHale. Here's Parrish over the top of Ewing. That's going to be the Celtics' game plan. That's where they feel they have the advantage. Here you see a good steal, but this is what the Knicks had in mind. Coming up with loose balls, being aggressive, helter-skelter defense, and then putting some speed on the Celtics for layups and crams like this, and it worked.
And again, the Knick press, we saw flashes of it at the first half, and it worked.
Well, the Celtics really didn't get layups out of it. They got open 18-foot jump shots, but it took them out of their rhythm. It took them out of what they wanted to do. Here is a turnover as Reggie Lewis, if he had a layup, would have had to challenge Patrick Ewing.
The numbers deceiving. Boston shooting 63%, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. They have the advantage on the boards, but as Tom said, the turnovers hurt them. 3-point shots also hurt them, as the Knicks made 3 of them in that first half, and they lead by 2. Individual numbers, Newman off the bench with 15 and Tucker off the bench with 10. Those are the 2 key players right now for the New York Knicks. On the other side for the Boston Celtics, getting the scoring from where you would expect it, but just not enough right now. We'll be back. Second half actions just around the corner. Celtics trail by 2 at the half. Let's go downstairs to Bob Lobel and Jimmy Rogers.
All right, we're with the Celtic head coach Jimmy Rogers as he goes out for halftime. It seems like they basically did what they want to do in controlling the tempo of that first half.
Yeah, they really did, Bob. You know, I'll take 57 points offensively, but we gave up 59, and Trent Tucker and Johnny Newman had a lot to do with that. The long-range shooting, we shoot 61% for the half and are still 2 down. So, you know, they did move around offensively more easily than we want them to. We got to do a better job of toughening up our D.
Yeah, the good news was you stopped Ewing inside, but the bad news was they bombed away.
Yeah, I thought we kept Ewing pretty well under control, but Newman and Tucker and a couple of other people entered into that outside game.
Well, let's see what changes can take place.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Coach.
All right, just about set to go here in the second half.
He's really on it. They've got to stop the perimeter game. Knicks, I mean, the Celtics' game plan was not really to do that much helping out on Patrick Ewing, but guys like Johnny Newman really had a great first half hitting the outside shot. He got heated up. Trent Tucker got heated up. Got to go out and stay with those people. And they should be able to stay with them if they're not helping out on Patrick Ewing.
Well, Newman will start the second half on the bench along with Oakley and Tucker. Philly has come back now to take the lead 85-82 in the fourth. That's going to be a great battle. And Indiana back to within 11. They were down 20 early in that game. Halftime in Detroit. DJ, Bird, Lewis, McHale, and Parrish started off for Boston. Cheeks, Wilkins, Vandeweghe, Walker, and Ewing for the Knicks. Here we go. Second half, first playoff game. Celtic bench concerned.
Can't shoot much better than they did and still be down by 2. I'd be concerned.
McHale goes right around Walker. The runner for 2.
What was Walker doing up on Kevin McHale that far out?
Wilkins answers quickly, and the Knicks have not cooled off.
Hard push.
With a press.
Hard push, boy, and into the corner, and they'll shoot that outside shot. Shades of Rick Pitino.
McHale trying to find someone, and Dennis Johnson called for the over and back. Turnover number 12.
There was a trap in the corner. Somebody was supposed to be in the middle. At least Kevin thought so. Nobody was there. The only way you really beat pressure defenses is score layups against it. That demoralizes the defense.
Wilkins ran the entire baseline, finally got the ball, wants it. Doesn't get the bounce. Parrish to rebound. Celtics looking to tie it up a minute into the third quarter. DJ directing the traffic, wants to go to Reggie. He's got Cheeks in a switch. Wilkins trying to get back to Lewis. DJ left open. Dennis has answered the call tonight. He's got 10.
Got to play the good perimeter defense right now against this Knicks team. Get out, get on those people.
Cheeks wasting a lot of time, down to 6 on the shot clock. Vandeweghe knows it, throws it up. Rebound Bird. Celtics can get the lead back.
That's probably the best defensive trip that the Celtics have had in the game.
DJ got it. No. Rattled down and came back out. Cheeks will try.
Parrish never warned DJ. The pick was there.
Cheeks is 4 or 5 from the floor. Ewing reach-in foul call. Second on Patrick.
The Celtics starting to look with their heads up to see if people are in front of their defenders. That's what puts the heat on a defense. Don't let them set up.
Bird finds Parrish on the cut. 16 for the Chief. Leads all scorers. Inside Ewing. Tough shot. Parrish will be called with the foul. Second on Robert. He guessed right defensively.
There's a little bump. I tell you, they've been doing that all night long. Everybody. It's amazing. They better clean that up because that type of stuff in the playoffs leads to heated moments. But I don't care if they find a guy $51,000. Players forget that. Heat of the moment.
Ewing just 3 of 6 at the line tonight. Knicks by 1. Reggie wants it inside. Ewing comes to help, and Parrish. And off one of the Knicks, though. It'll be Boston ball. Robert couldn't control it.
Well,
Celtics got a break.
Not much of a chance to control it when it was down at his ankles.
Tough pass.
Reggie just didn't get it up.
Dennis, good up fake. Got Ewing in the air. Parrish to follow, and the foul on Walker, who thought he had ball.
Celtics starting to jam the offensive boards now on their misses. Here's a good penetration move. Lifts 2 of the Knicks. Ewing goes for the fake. Walker for it. That leaves 2 of the Celtics wide open underneath. Both McHale and Parrish in great position for the offensive rebound on the miss. So just a little penetration can get these Knicks out of sync.
Walker sits down with 4 personal fouls, and Charles Oakley has come back in for New York. First Celtic lead since late in the first quarter.
Gotta play some defense here.
Vandeweghe comes to it. Looking inside, finds Ewing. They clear it out for Patrick. He turns on Robert. Patrick will take it.
He's going to make that. He's going to make it. No double team. Everybody else was covered up. He had to take the shot.
Reggie Lewis really looking to post up Murray's Cheeks. Top right of the screen. Over the top. Cheeks, a nice play.
That was a force.
And he lost the handle. Celtics a 5-on-3. Reggie for 2.
Well, I'll tell you, Dennis Johnson now is getting all over Mo Cheeks. Need to do that.
Vandeweghe. Oakley comes down with an offensive board. Vandeweghe on the cut. Leaves it for Wilkins, who wasn't ready. And he throws it away. Stolen by Oakley. Parrish gets it back.
Parrish tried to pass it behind his back to Dennis Johnson. Not in this series.
Ewing's got McHale. They go to Reggie again. Double by Ewing. Reggie spins away. DJ, the open man. Ewing clears.
But they missed the McHale mismatch. Celtics back quickly that time to stop the perimeter off the hard shot.
Ewing just now joins the offense. Cheeks outside.
Harder push that time by Dennis Johnson. Puts a little heat on the Knicks defense.
DJ wants the ball. Cheeks call for the foul. Second foul on Maurice.
Not a bad idea. If you don't have it, send DJ in that low post. Good matchup advantage against Mo Cheeks. As good a defender as he is. Gonna force him to foul. Oh, boy.
McHale.
On the catch. Oh, he just pushed him out like 3 feet. What's going on here?
15 for Kevin and a 3-point Celtic lead. 7 minutes to go in the third. Inside Oakley. count the bucket.
And
And
that's
foul on McHale.
He just dug his chest into Kevin McHale.
Third foul on McHale will get a timeout. 6:59 to go in the third. 69-68. Celtics by 1.
Little baseline pickaxe. You're going to see Kiki Vandeweghe come over and set a pick on Bird and allows Oakley to swoop in here. And Kevin McHale never does adjust and allows Oakley to get that good sweet spot right over the box. Remember, we kept talking about the low post game. He's inside the box. And Oakley is not that good a shooter from 10 feet out, but he sure is from 4 feet in.
First bucket for Charles Oakley. And a chance to get the Knicks back to a tie.
Boy, when a guy tries to get that spot, you got to do what Oakley was doing to you. Just keep bumping him. But McHale has 3 personal fouls, so he wasn't about to try and get physical. Here's the press again.
Reggie Lewis, the open man, gets it to the middle of the floor. Nearly gets stripped by Oakley. Celtics reset.
Yeah, got it over half court, but came up with nothing.
Harris is bumped, and the foul will be on Ewing. Number 3 on Patrick.
Pressure defense is a gamble defense. The strength of the defense is in the backcourt where they're trying to force turnovers. Once you get it past the traps, well, that part of the defense, the advantage is yours if you attack it. Celtics have not done that.
Bird in traffic, has to track it down. Oakley with the hands on McHale. Reggie's open. Rebound to Vandeweghe. 69 apiece. 6:20 to go in the third. Oakley feels it. Rebound Bird.
Now nobody's out there with Dennis Johnson.
DJ!
And look at the Knicks, right back off the made.
Knocked away by Dennis Johnson.
Well, that was a great hustle play. Dennis made the layup, and they got the ball to his man, and somehow or other, he got up the other end. Now here's DJ. He's motoring, baby, to catch up. Reaches in and just swats it away. That's saved too, but the Knicks are ready to run on all occasions.
DJ looking like the Dennis Johnson who played for the Seattle Supersonics about 10 years ago. Slashing layups on one end and blocks on the other. Ewing a long way from the hole. Tells Tucker to get out of it. Patrick turns it over.
Well, wherever he received the ball was certainly an advantage to the Celtics. Patrick Ewing at best is a one-dribble driver, not 2.
Turnovers now 12-10 as the Knicks have coughed it up a little bit more in the second half.
Boy, Oakley is just awful. Holding McHale.
And they get him for the foul.
I'm going to tell you, hey, wait till Kevin gets the ball. They should be calling those fouls before. That's what loosens it up. You watch that left hand around the waist. They come back now around the waist holding him. I mean, you can't do that. That's not supposed to be allowed.
Making illegal use of that cast of his, too.
Yes.
It's kind of like wrestling. 16 now for McHale in the night.
That's the time the players get mad, is when you don't call fouls, when you're fighting for position, and that's when the fights start to erupt. Now, they call, the play will cool down as once you got the ball, they did call the foul, but you've got to clean that part of the game up before a player gets the ball, otherwise tempers start to flare.
Dennis Johnson giving Mo Cheeks all he wants, and Bird comes up with the steal. Over to Reggie. Yeah! The Knicks want time. It's been this way since we left. They've been on their feet cheering here at the Garden. Here's part of the reason why.
Joe Klein waving a towel, but you watch the defense by DJ now. All over Mo Cheeks, makes him turn his back, so he really doesn't have a good passing angle inside. And one of the Knicks makes a big mistake by leaving, that's Oakley, Larry Bird sitting behind and just alert enough to step out and pick off the pass. And that is the first real easy basket, and not that easy, but one of the so-called easy variety baskets that the Celtics have gotten all game.
Celtics killed off turnovers in the first half, reversing that so far here in the second. Newman in the game. So is Tucker. 5 on the shot clock. Johnny Newman got a foul on the drive with 2 seconds to go.
You know, McHale is a pretty good defensive player, but one thing I take exception to when he plays a guy on the outside is that he goes up with his right foot and his right hand. And when you're playing a right shooter the way he was doing that time with quickness, Newman really had a great chance to get close to the basket. And that's the 4th foul on McHale.
He'll go to the bench, and Jim Paxson will come in, so Reggie Lewis will move up to the forward spot, the small forward spot.
Now this is pretty interesting because that'll put Reggie on Newman. The Celtics have been running with Reggie at that spot. Now Bird at the power forward. They're going to put some heat on Oakley to go out and have to play some perimeter defense. They left the middle open that time. Both wings were covered. Parrish, if he'd gotten it at the foul line, could have wheeled to the hoop.
Tough shot by Reggie, won't go down, but Bird is there. And he'll go to the line. And Ewing is going to get the foul.
Well, you know, Bird is a great rebounder. When he plays the quick forward spot, he's not even close to the basket, but when he is around it, now as the power forward, he's going to find a way to get a good position. That's 4 on Patrick, and that is a big problem for Stu Jackson as the Knicks didn't weather a storm while Patrick was out in the first half.
I would think they'd really press now. Oakley's the biggest guy on the floor. 14 points, 13 rebounds for Larry Bird. Celtics by 6.
But if they press, they're not going to be able to use the Celtics get that matchup advantage that they would like to utilize.
Cheeks finds Oakley. Oakley running to the hole, and he'll go to the line.
I'll tell you, Charles Oakley just put his head down and went to the hoop.
Gave the foul to DJ.
Yes, Parrish. Oh, boy.
Dennis Johnson got that foul.
Dennis Johnson got that foul, backing up all the way, right?
Yeah. Joe Klein in. Robert Parrish takes the break.
Not a bad move by Jimmy Rogers to rest Robert Parrish and put Klein, who can move his feet a little bit better against Oakley. But will the Celtics be able to utilize their height advantage? Doubtful. I mean, this is going to be a full court press, boy.
Up to Paxson.
Move it, boy. That's the fastest ball movement we've seen. And without Ewing being in the paint, blocking shots, Celtics are going to be able to penetrate a little bit. Smart move that time by Dennis Johnson.
Second foul on Vandeweghe is going to put Dennis Johnson at the line. Dennis has had an exceptional game, but then again, he always does come playoff time.
It was that layup that he made, and then the block of, who was it, Mo Cheeks' layup attempt on the hard push on the made. That really kind of ignited the Celtics.
7-point Boston lead, 4:05 to go in the third. Tucker trying to free himself. Lewis is on Tucker. Vandeweghe.
Bird just made a bad gamble that time as Kiki spotted up. Bird went for the fake penetration to Tucker and left Kiki wide open. Can't do that.
Reggie wants to go on Cheeks. And Cheeks is called for the push. Reggie's eyes light up every time Maurice Cheeks tries to cover him.
Penalty situation. Reggie Lewis has 2 shots.
Reg with a quiet 12 so far tonight, with the exception of that one dunk.
Well, the Celtics have not been running. That was the only chance that the Celtics really had to get a layup off the fast break, and Reggie got it with his speed.
You're right, though. That's the only easy basket they have tonight.
That's right. They have been more content not to force the pace of the game. Correspondingly, none of the Celtics big guys were really out there running.
Tucker wants it. Leans in. Too hard off the glass. Foul's going to go against Boston. It's Joe Klein.
Joe Klein is saying, call it down there at the top of your screen right now. Now you watch Oakley just holding on to Klein, and Klein's holding on to Oakley. Charles Oakley is one of those physical type players that will hang on you, and he will not allow you to block him out. He's not quick of foot, but he will muscle you. And if you think you got him on your back, you're wrong, because he will push and shove you out of the way. He's very strong. Lambier is the same type of player. And so is Rick Mahorn.
Oakley with 5 now on the night. The Celtic lead is 6. Paxson pops out. Covered by Tucker. Bird wants it on Vandeweghe. No look pass, didn't work out.
Well, Bird had Reggie spotted. Reggie was in a great position. Just a poor pass by Bird. And he has made a career out of getting doubled in that low post and finding the open man.
2 minutes left in the game down in Philadelphia. 76ers by 5. Vandeweghe misses an easy hook shot.
Beat Bird on the curl.
Larry for 3.
Well, yeah. More.
17 for Bird. 9-point Boston lead with 2.5 to go in the third.
And they need big baskets from Larry Bird if they hope to go far in this playoff.
Cheeks swallowed up again by Dennis Johnson. Tucker with 6 on the shot clock. Stripped by Paxson. Makes the save to Bird. Up to DJ. Larry again.
Did that one more to try and put the emotional sword in the heart. He really wasn't set up to take that shot.
22nd timeout called by the Knicks. You know there's only one thing better than a Celtic win, and that's celebrating that win with an ice cold Budweiser. Celtic fans, this Bud's for you. Jim Paxson, the big defensive player.
Playing one-on-one against Trent Tucker. Not exactly one of the great men of all time to put it on the floor and drive, but Paxson right there at the waistband keeps it live. But nobody was out there running except Reggie and DJ. There's the second angle, and good hustle by Jim Paxson.
I guess. Celtics 8 of 14 here in the third quarter. The Knicks 5 of 13. Only 38% shooting for the Knicks.
And you know what happened to me at the game last night? What? Jim Paxson jumped right into my lap. That's what some fan is going to be telling people at the office tomorrow.
84-75. 2:04 to go in the third. Boston by 9. They trail by 2 at the half. Patrick Ewing will come back in next whistle. Cheeks, a little room and a reach-in foul. Dennis Johnson has picked up his 4th.
Dennis made a great attempt at trying to poke it away, but he got beaten by the quickness of Mo Cheeks that time, and Bagley will be off the bench as we see Oakley retreating to his.
Cheeks at the line. Mo has has had a great career in this league. In his 12th year out of West Texas State as John Bagley comes in and Dennis Johnson sits down.
Well, a lot of people consider him to be, over the last 10 years, the consummate point guard. He can push it, play the defense. Great defensive guy on double teams. When he was down with the Sixers, Dr. J.
Bird wants to go on Vandeweghe. They clear it out. Larry leads. Reggie tracks down the offensive board. Makes a move on Ewing, who's a little hesitant there with the fouls, and Reggie will go to the line.
Smart move by Reggie. As soon as he saw Ewing out on the perimeter, give him a fake and head to the hoop. And it was only because Newman stuck his hand in there that Reggie didn't score an easy one.
Second foul on Newman. Celtics have very balanced scoring here tonight. Boston is 19 of 20 at the line tonight, too. 16 for Lewis, 17 for Bird, 17 for McHale, 18 for Parrish.
But their perimeter defense has been much, much better here in this second half. There's Paxson way out past the three-point circle on Tucker now.
Klein and Ewing. Picked off by Lewis. Up ahead to Paxson. Tucker, a nice hustle play from behind.
I'll say.
Mark Jackson checks in.
Here's some good defense coming up. Bagley goes over, and one thing Ewing doesn't do well is pass out of double team, but you watch Trent Tucker just hustle up there and swat away what should have been an easy two.
Newman aggressively out on Reggie. Into Parrish. He's going to work on Ewing. Long with the turnaround. Klein the follow. Joe gets it back. Goes to the floor for it. Paxson tracks it down. Jackson knocks it away, and he does so off Paxson. It'll be Nick Ball.
Comedy of errors that time.
Sure was.
Joe Klein had it about 2 feet from the hoop. He should have just gone up with it. He forgot that Ewing had 4 personal fouls. Here's Paxson can't hold on to it and really just knocked it out of bounds himself.
Jackson, Tucker, Vandeweghe, Ewing, and Newman for the Knicks. Vandeweghe pops out. Got Joe Klein to switch. Puts it on the floor. Kiki for 2.
Now that's a little too much for Joe Klein to have to defend this Kiki Vandeweghe out on the perimeter. He can take a power forward or a center, but forward like Vandeweghe.
Reggie, tough shot.
Oh yeah, Reggie.
18 for Reg, 10 here in the third quarter.
Well, they're not going to the low post game. They're going to Reggie saying, find a way, Reg. And he's doing it.
Knicks will take it down. Second difference in the clocks. Vandeweghe again looking to go. Nowhere to go. Finds Newman. Slapped away. And a foul's called. Celtic bench was up looking for a travel. They won't get it. Reg will get a foul. Just the first foul on Reggie Lewis. But it'll put Johnny Newman at the free throw line with 4.6 seconds to go in the quarter.
Well, the Celtics protected Joe Klein that time. As soon as the clock had dropped down to about 7 seconds, Bagley came over and doubled him. Everybody else rotated nicely. And I think we're going to see Michael Smith with his Fu Manchu beard brought in for Joe Klein. Not a bad idea.
The beard?
No. Get Michael in at this point. 4.6. Good outside shooter. Good passer. Maybe you can shake him loose.
Paxson lets it fly. And the Celtic lead will be 8 after 3. 88-80. Boston. Ten-point balls by the Boston Celtics in that third quarter. 31-21 has them up by 8. 88-80 after 3. Sports Channel has an action-packed lineup coming in May. We'll continue with our national coverage of the Stanley Cup playoffs, then get set for fast-paced action as the World Basketball League returns. Sports Channel brings you more soccer action with the Boston Bulls, the English Soccer League, and exhibition matches featuring the U.S. World Cup team. That's just some of the great events we'll be bringing you in May on Sports Channel. Reggie Lewis, a big third quarter.
Yeah, he puts it on the floor, boy, and then just in the pack goes over the top of Newman. That was not an easy shot. But Reggie saying, this is my time of the game, too. Bird's on the bench. I'm going for it.
Celtics now at 58%. The Knicks slipping down to 53. Rebounds in Boston's favor. Turnovers just about even. The 76ers have indeed won their opening game. Barkley had 38. Hersey Hawkins had 35. 111-106. Philly by 5 over Cleveland. Final score.
Well, Joe Klein's going to end up defending against who's back in the game, Kenny Walker.
Johnny Newman. Jackson outside, working on Bagley. Throws it away.
Boy, Bagley, there was no penetration by Jackson. And Bagley was able to contain him and force the bad pass.
Celtics looking to open up a 10-point lead in this game. Not sure they've had one of those yet. A foul on Johnny Newman off the ball. He was holding Jim Paxson.
Boy, he had his name, his number.
He did. He had him good.
His wristband, everything.
Celtics are fresh 24. Klein comes high. Reggie. Newman coming down with the rebound. Jackson in the middle. Newman to the hole. Oh, count the bucket and the foul.
I tell you.
You have the feeling Johnny Newman knew what he was doing the whole time there.
Well, when you get the ball up quickly and before your defense is set up, Newman is as good a slasher. He's a lot like Reggie. Look at him. As Robert Parrish really never does see him until the last instant. And Celtics are out playing the perimeter people. And Newman happens to be one of those, and if you don't stay with him on the catch, boy, you're going to be in trouble.
21 for Johnny Newman. Joe Klein, mismatch, hits the jumper over Jackson.
On a rotation, Mark Jackson was forced to pick up Joe Klein. Good recognition by the Celtics.
Ewing. Turns again on Parrish. Got him in the air, and he'll go to the line as Robin picks up his third.
Here's Parrish working him, forcing him to bring it back to him. There's a walk there, I thought. I think Robin did too.
Patrick's been at the line 3 times tonight, made the first every time and missed the second. Well, changed the order around.
Celtics have been playing a strategy on him one-on-one. Very few double teams.
That surprised the Knicks, too. Bird and McHale will come back in next whistle. Walker chases Reggie. Paxson's the open man.
Good ball movement that time before the rotating Knicks could get back into action. Paxson was free.
8-point Celtic lead.
Boy, Parrish has pushed Ewing way out.
Good reach by Paxson there. Walker, and he'll go to the line. And he got hammered.
They're calling on Robert.
Number 4 on the cheap. Both he and Ewing play with 4. Bird and McHale come back in.
Well, McHale spent quite a bit of time on the bench. Jimmy Rogers protecting Kevin with the 4 personals. He should be well rested. There is a quick unit in there right now for New York. So a good matchup will be Kevin being defended by Kenny Walker.
Knicks really have not helped their cause at the free throw line tonight. They trail by 7, just under 10 minutes to go in the game. Double team on Bird. Bagley is open.
Oh, boy. Parrish and McHale just trapped every New York defender who had a possibility of picking up Bagley. Picked them out of the play.
Ewing comes up shooting for 2 more. Knicks hang around down 7. Bird, a little move on Newman and lost it, and a reach-in is called late, but called. Newman will get the foul. And Johnny Newman joins the list of players with 4 personal fouls.
2 team fouls on the Knicks.
Illegal defense called against the Knicks.
I don't know who it was. Might have been Patrick Ewing.
Vandeweghe is up and coming back in, and Newman will go out. No, Newman's not going out. Walker is.
Well, that will put Kiki Vandeweghe on more likely. Wait a minute. Johnny Newman's going to defend against McHale.
I'm just going to say the Knicks are small right now.
Wow. McHale said, "Get me the ball."
Rebound of Vandeweghe. And now Stu Jackson's putting Walker back in the game. I'm not sure the Knicks didn't mess up when they made that substitution. Ewing again. All Celtics on the board.
And without Oakley in the game, no chance of an offensive rebound. Kiki not known for his rebounding on the weak side.
Bagley looks like he wants to go into Bird and does. Back to John. Larry for 3. Rebound Ewing. Outlet Jackson. First chance the Knicks have had to run. Tucker sets it up. Bird another board. Into McHale, and the foul is going to be on Johnny Newman, and if it is, Newman's got 5.
Now they're looking at that matchup, and Tucker sits down. Newman will end up in the backcourt. Kenny Walker will end up defending McHale. A little bit beefier body.
We've got a timeout. 8:08 to go in the game. 7-point Celtic lead. .808 to go in this one. Celtics by 7, 94-87. Ewing and Parrish, and the number's pretty even.
Yeah, but I would say that Ewing only scoring 18 points is really a tribute to Robert Parrish, because Ewing is the focus of their offense, and he's been handling Parrish, Ewing one-on-one. So I'd have to say this encounter right now, up to this point, has gone much in the favor of Robert Parrish. But at any time, we well know that Patrick Ewing can erupt. Celtics defense not designed to help Robert Parrish defend against Ewing.
Robert Parrish, 9 years older than Patrick Ewing. Good cut by Bird.
Oh boy, I want to tell you something. Johnny Newman just got burned, was looking to play over the top of the pick, and Bird just read the play perfectly, and so did Parrish.
19 now for Bird, who becomes the Celtic leading scorer.
That's a new one in there. Playbook.
Bird the slap away from Vandeweghe, but the loose ball to Jackson. Comes up shooting. Parrish looked like he got a piece of it. McHale the rebound. Out to Bagley.
Boy, a couple of Celtics on the streak.
Bird. Underneath, Newman got a hand in there. Reggie. And it goes off Newman out of bounds, and he can't believe it.
Well, we see Bird right now trying to find Reggie, beating his man, but Newman with his quickness, now you're going to see them reaching in. I don't know who hit the ball. Celtics got the benefit of it.
Cheeks comes up with the steal, and the foul is called.
Oh. I think they're going to call a...
call a breakaway foul.
Yeah.
He did. 2 shots on the ball.
He was in the front court when they made the foul. You watch on the steal, bad pass by Bagley. They said he's in the front court.
It's a good call, I think.
did take away a chance, but the rule states he has to be in the front court. I don't know whether he was at half court, but they said the thing happened after he crossed over the line. Well, 2 shots in the possession of the ball.
Again, the Knicks not helping themselves.
Let's see if he's in the front court. There's the foul. I don't know. After the whistle, it sure looked like it happened in the back court.
Yeah. Knicks have missed 9 free throws. They trail by 8. Vandeweghe. Oh, good tip by Ewing.
Oh, boy.
Cleared out Bird in the process.
And Jimmy Rogers is livid as Bird got knocked right off the court by Patrick Ewing. The tip that went in went right over the top of Larry Bird.
96-90, still plenty of time to go. Bird, up fake, leaves it with the Parrish left-handed pass. Robin his own rebound. Tipped in McHale. And now Stu Jackson's running the sideline.
Well, claiming that was another goaltending, but if that was a goaltending, wow, no way.
Vandeweghe. Bird, another board. 16 rebounds for Bird. Reggie will go to the line.
Now, John Bagley created some tempo for the Celtics and put some aggressiveness into their offense. And Dennis Johnson, who's played so brilliantly here tonight, back in the ball game for the last 6:24 of the game.
19 for Lewis, 19 for Bird, 19 for McHale, 18 for Parrish, 14 for Dennis Johnson.
Celtics pretty much with an 8-man rotation in this ball game.
A 10-point lead. Eyeball to eyeball, powers it up. Parrish was there but committed a foul. Number 5 on Robert Parrish. Still a ways to go in this one.
Well, there's Parrish with his knees bent, but good strong move by Ewing. And when he's going to his right, boy, he's tough because he can use his body to ward you off, which is exactly what he did. Ball out there like that, I think you just ought to back off a little bit. Let him shoot the jump shot. If he hits it, he hits it. Right now, Parrish will have to squirm a little bit on the pine.
10 missed free throws for the Knicks. Wow. Bird pops out. Plenty of time. Cheeks the rebound. Ewing wants to go on Klein. Patrick kicks it out. Vandeweghe.
Vandeweghe just sitting in that spot. And the Celtics defense caved down to protect against Ewing's drive. Nobody even within hailing distance of Kiki.
10 for Vandeweghe, 8-point game. Bird can't answer. Long rebound. Larry got it back. McHale for 2.
Good hustle by Bird. His outside shooting not totally there in this one, but he's scrapping.
Gerald Wilkins in and out. McHale to follow. Popped Dennis Johnson in the eye with the pass. Boston by 10 on the ball. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. McHale wants it on Vandeweghe. Gets doubled. DJ open. Rebound to Wilkins.
Takes that shot. You got to bang for the boards. Just don't let him shoot and stand there and watch the shot.
Ewing outside. Vandeweghe got away with a the push. Wilkins misses. Lewis the rebound. It's not going down for the Knicks, and the Celtics take a timeout. 4:20 to go in the game. Boston by 10. 102-92. Celtics by 10. 4:20 to go in the game. Lots of Stanley Cup action still coming up tomorrow night. Game 5, Wales Conference Division Finals. The Rangers and the New York Rangers and the Capitals is what I'm trying to say. And then coming up next, St. Louis and Chicago. That game tied at 1. We'll be joining that in progress when this one's over.
Here's a key point. Now you watch right now. Ewing on the outside. Klein goes back and get him, and lets him take the outside shot. Now Ewing at this stage of a ball game. Remember we talked about the focus of the offense, how hard the Celtics were working him, hanging on him, running him. His legs are starting to go, so that outside shot may not be there. Good move by Joe Klein to back off him.
Joe comes high to get it. McHale, little screen for Bird. He goes the other way. Finds DJ on a cut. Ewing's got him on a switch. Dennis shoots it anyway with 2 in the shot clock, and Wilkins is there.
Not come up with a good shot attempt that time.
Vandeweghe missed it.
Celtics right now should be pushing it and searching out a layup, as those type of things are demoralizing. Great move by Reggie Lewis.
22 for Reg and a 12-point lead. Cheeks trying to drive, leaves it for Wilkins. Back to Cheeks. Wilkins, tough follow, count the basket. And Dennis Johnson has picked up his 5th foul.
Well, we'll take a peek at this. Look underneath as Dennis Johnson is in the paint right now, and he's not blocking anybody out. He goes up, and I guess it was on Dennis, as I thought Wilkins had gone over the top of Dennis, but no, he didn't.
DJ dribbles through the pressure, finds Klein into Reggie. Wilkins there defensively. Celtics bring it back out. 15 on the shot clock.
Dangerous part of the ball game to try and sit on a lead for this long without coming up with a good shot.
Joe Klein from 12.
That's his shot. That's a good one.
6 for Joe off the bench. Wilkins finds a way and draws a foul.
There's a guy that takes some kind of a whirling dervish shot, and no chance of him making it. I want to see. Oh, and they reward him with 2 free throws.
Fouls on Bird is first. Celtics by 11. We'll be back. Celtics by 11 with 2:54 to go, and this summer join Sports Channel as we bring you great tennis action. In July, we'll bring you live coverage of the Virginia Slims of Newport. Then in August, we'll bring you 4 days of live coverage of the U.S. Pro Tennis Tournament from Brookline, Mass. Be sure to be with us this summer for all the action on Sports Channel.
Here's Kiki beating Kevin McHale easily, and that's when you know you have a bad back. That was about 3 inches short. You watch Reggie finish it up at the other end, and I want to tell you, what a great shot as he turns away from the double team, has to get it over the top of Ewing, and that's as good as it gets.
Leads the Celtics with 22, Reggie Lewis does.
So much of the Knicks defense is concerned with Bird, with McHale, with Parrish, that they forget about Reggie every once in a while.
Celtics 21 and 22. The Knicks have missed 11 at the line. That is the difference in the game.
Celtics, great foul shooting ball club.
Best in NBA history.
Yep.
And a 12-point win for the Pistons tonight in game 1 of their series. Edwards with 21, Sally 20, Thomas 20. Nick pressure. Celtics have 15 still in the shot clock.
Well, they handle it beautifully. Just to get it over half court at this juncture, that's probably the best thing to do.
Kevin McHale can't hit the turnaround. Walker a good job to get a rebound. Quickly to Cheeks. Bounce pass Wilkins. Johnny Newman wants to do something. Pull-up jumper. DJ got a piece of the ball.
Wild shots now by the Knicks. Not going to help their cause.
Backdoor Bird.
Yes, sir. Johnny Newman never knew that he was being measured by Dennis Johnson.
I think Dennis just fouled out. But Dennis Johnson played a whale of a basketball game here tonight.
Yeah, and he made the defensive play that I think ignited everybody in the white uniform. Yep.
14.6 assists for Dennis Johnson, and a heck of a defensive job on Mo Cheeks and anyone else he covered while he was in there.
Mo Cheeks did not penetrate. Now, that's the type of guard that DJ invariably had trouble with. Mo Cheeks, mainly on the perimeter, did not penetrate. DJ could stay with him. Wow.
This is really an horrendous show at the free throw line by the Knicks. That's their 12th miss tonight.
They're going to look at the stats after the game. They're going to say, we lost this one, guys, because we shot poorly from the foul line. And
not quite true.
Not quite true, as I think what the Celtics really did was pick up their defense considerably, went out on the perimeter, and the easy shots that the Knicks were getting in the first half started to evaporate. And I think Robert Parrish just did a sensational job one-on-one defending against Patrick Ewing.
Chief looking to eat some time. Larry will take it. Hits a three outside.
Mo Cheeks had switched on to Bird. Bird could easily see over the top of him.
And the Knicks take a timeout. 1:33 to go. And after trailing by 2 at the quarter and 2 at the half, the Celtics have dominated the Knicks here in the second half and lead by 14 with a minute and a half to play.
Well, here's Mo Cheeks forced to take Bird. Now, Robert Parrish does the intelligent thing. Take it out, work the clock down. And Bagley now just ragging the ball. And Bird gets Cheeks up in the air, gets him backing off, and that allows Bird plenty of room to let loose. Celtics right now, I have to say, Mike, with one juncture there, playing some of the best perimeter defense that they've played all season long, where they not only contested the outside shot, but they also did not allow the Knicks to penetrate and get good angles on the hoop.
As the Celtics advance in the playoffs, Sports Channel will follow along to bring you select home games. Keep an eye on your local listings as Sports Channel cheers on the Boston Celtics.
Well, before this game started, Paul Silas told me, we don't think we're going to win this one, but watch out Saturday.
And another quick reminder here, horse racing fans, Saturday, May 12th has been named Sports Channel Day at Rockingham Park. Post time is 1 p.m. and there will be a special appearance by Sports Channel's own Harvey Pack, host of Thoroughbred Action. Join us for a day at the races, and you could be one of 100 fans to win a pair of autofocus binoculars. So make plans now to enjoy a day of horse racing excitement on Sports Channel Day at Rockingham Park, Saturday, May 12th, post time, 1 p.m. Larry Bird with playoff-type numbers tonight, 24 points, 18 rebounds, and 10 assists.
But they did not go exclusively to Bird.
No.
He picked his spots.
Got that in the flow.
Yep. Everybody really was a threat tonight.
Cheeks for 3. Parrish the board. This one belongs to Boston.
Yes, it should. There were some questions in the first half, but you got to remember, Dennis Johnson missed a week, and Larry Bird certainly did, being hospitalized, so I didn't really know how sharp they'd be, but Dennis played one whale of a game.
Gerald Wilkins gets the 3. Cuts it to an 11-point game. Under a minute now to go. Slap away by Wilkins, but a foul is called. 4 on Wilkins. Robert Parrish will go out. Joe Klein comes in.
Put this one in the book as being one of Robert Parrish's best defensive ball games. He did not get any marked help on defense against Patrick Ewing, and Patrick Ewing's points for this ball game might look big for an average ball game, but he has had big. He's the focus of their offense. So when he is really having a tough night offensively, this team struggles.
First free throw does not count.
A violation called on the Celtics, so Bagley's first free throw doesn't count. Larry Bird gets to sit down. And again, Bird unofficially with the triple-double tonight. 24 points, 18 rebounds, 10 assists.
Well, he was terrific on the defensive end of the court in the rebound department. Knicks really didn't get much of a chance to play Charles Oakley tonight. Doesn't look like he's in tip-top shape. Kind of left it to him to do what he would want.
Ewing follows the Wilkins miss. It was not an assertive 22 points for Patrick Ewing today. Bagley trying to kill a little time. Pinckney can't get it down, and Patrick Ewing just fouled out. Or is that 5? Excuse me.
Well, he husbanded his fouls fairly effectively, although the Celtics really didn't attack him an awful lot.
Kevin Gamble, Charles Smith fill out the Celtic roster as Bagley goes out along with Reggie Lewis. Reggie, another great night, 22 points.
Well, an 8-man rotation, and the rest of the players getting in right now. Going to get a little taste. Kevin Gamble did play in the playoffs last year.
Question, Tom. 16 seconds to go, down 10. The Celtics obviously have cleared the bench. The Knicks still have 1, 2, 3, 4 starters on the court.
Well, Oakley about to report in from Patrick Ewing. Psychologically, you don't concede anything. You keep your people out there until the game's over. Unless it's a real blowout. This was not a blowout.
Ed Pinckney makes them both to push it to 12. Oakley a 3. And makes it. Charles Smith doubled in the backcourt. Gamble ahead to Michael Smith. And pushed by Newman with 4/10 of a second left to go. Newman fouls out on that play.
Well, they look ahead, and there's Michael Smith all by himself. Fakes the pass, and has Newman with the hard shove. One of those frustration fouls. Both cheeks in there to the bitter end. The guy who did not really contribute is the guy they've been talking about in New York, Mark Jackson, who went from
really didn't, right?
Big star to why is he on this team? All in 2 years.
Can't figure out what Michael Smith looks like with that mustache. He gets both free throws. And Jack Madden says, don't count the basket. So if you're keeping a close score, it's 116-105. Celtics win it by 11. Coming up next, Game 5 of the Campbell Conference Division Finals. Chicago and St. Louis will be joining that in progress. We'll be back to the Garden in a minute. 116-105. Celtics win the opening round playoff game against the Knicks by 11 here at the Garden. Our Anheuser-Busch player of the game tonight, as usual, big at playoff time, Dennis Johnson.
Well, Dennis Johnson just made a sensational drive there. Now watch what he does. takes off and catches up with Mo Cheeks and saves two at the other end as the Knicks were really hustling it up, trying to pick the pace of the game up. And there's a happy fan saying, Dennis, you did it. And he certainly did.
14 points, 6 assists, and 2 blocks. I remember reading, I think it was in Larry Bird's book, that you can always tell if it's a big game if Dennis takes the ball to the hole. And he was doing that tonight.
He sure was, and he played some good defense against Mo Cheeks, not just on that play. But Cheeks is not the penetrating type guard, but he was with him on a perimeter. And I just thought the Celtics defense in the second half was outstanding. It was not there in the first half, and I think Jimmy made his point at halftime, and they turned it around quickly. But what was really great about this game was the ability of so many guys to score points in this ballgame.
Our Texaco star of the week, seeing that this is the only game we'll be doing this week here in the Celtic playoff series, Larry Bird, the triple-double tonight.
Well, Larry Bird was just, I would say, outstanding in 2 categories. Absolutely passing the ball, and most importantly on the defensive rebound end of the court. He gave the Knicks 1 shot, and without Oakley in there, he didn't allow Vandeweghe or any of the other forwards to really help out on the glass.
All right, the postgame show is coming up next here at the Garden. Stick around. And the postgame show is brought to you by Lexus. High-performance luxury automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection. Welcome back to the Garden, everyone. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn. The Celtics win it by 11. And again, as you pointed out, defense in the second half turned it around for Boston.
Yes, it very definitely did. They really were not helping Robert Parrish defend against Patrick Ewing in the first half. So there was no reason why they shouldn't be out there checking out those guys on the perimeter that can knock down those threes. The second half, they did exactly that. Get out on the perimeter, stay with those people, and really hurt it. And Parrish still did a great job one-on-one against Ewing.
And the Celtics really turned it around with the numbers in the second half. We'll look at those when we return to the Garden. We're back at the Garden as they work downstairs. The Celtics, an 11-point win over the Knicks, take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-5 series. Any messages sent in this game, Tom?
Well, what I saw in this ball game was the momentum that the Celtics have been trying to put in place the last couple of weeks of the season pay off. This is the same type of victory in this ball game that they had in the last couple of weeks of the season. They ground the team down. They didn't get as many up-tempo baskets as they did in prior games coming down the stretch of the season, but they really started to play with intensity, which is really what they started to do those last couple of weeks. So this is a good statement that the Celtics made, and if I were the Knicks right now, I'd be a little nervous.
All right, let's take a look at the numbers from tonight's game. You remember at halftime, the numbers pretty even, a little bit in favor of Boston, but the Knicks had taken some more three-point shots. The numbers really turned in Boston's favor in that second half. The Celtics shoot 56% overall, nearly invincible at the free throw line, 96% shooting. Boston a 13 rebound advantage, and the turnover difference only 2, and it was much more than that at the half. Individual numbers for the Knicks, they were led by Ewing with 22, Newman off the bench with 21, and a quiet second half for Tucker. In fact, Trent Tucker did not score a point in the second half, getting all 10 of those in the first half. For the Celtics, excellent balance right down the line, 24, 22, 21 for Bird, Lewis, and McHale, 18 for Parrish, and Dennis Johnson. An outstanding game tonight, 14 points. Back with some final thoughts in a minute.
At Lexus, we didn't just suppress the engine noise. We suppressed the gear noise, the exhaust noise, the wind noise. And all that was left was the perfect environment for you to create a little noise of your own. The new Lexus LS 400 luxury sedan. Lexus, the result of our relentless pursuit of perfection.
What better way to follow America's favorite pastime than watching Sports Channel's baseball lineup? First up is Mets Inside Pitch. Fran Healy follows the Mets all season long and keeps you updated on the team's progress. On deck is the Pennant Chase. What better way is there to keep up with the boys of summer? And the ace of the staff is Ed Randall's Talking Baseball. Hear from the players who make baseball the great tradition that it is. So don't get caught off base. Get the whole baseball picture on Sports Channel. Celtics win it by 11. Let's take a look at how the rest of the series stacks up here with the Celtics and the Knicks.
They play here at the Garden on Saturday afternoon. That game on CBS, and then next week you can catch them on Channel 56 Wednesday and Friday as the Celtics take on the Knicks, and then back here on Sunday in Boston should a Game 5 be necessary. The NBA pretty nice in this series in giving people time off. They get 2 days off before the next game, then 3 before Game 3. Is that good or bad, Tom?
I think it's good, particularly for a team like the Celtics, who have some aged players. Give them a little extra rest. That was not a hurtful situation for Larry Bird and Dennis Johnson the last week of the season, so it should help. I'm really surprised at the Knicks. This is not the same aggressive type team that made the Celtics so fearful of them last year and the year before. This team can be beaten, and the Celtics, if they really apply themselves, could take this thing in well under 5 games.
Okay, we will see what happens, and stay tuned to Sports Channel for future information about when Tom and I will be back. And indeed, we will be back for second round coverage of the NBA playoffs, should the Celtics get by the Knicks. Coming up next, Stanley Cup hockey here on Sports Channel. Final score here again from the Garden, 116 to 105. The Celtics win it. For Dick Lipe and Tom Heinsohn, I'm Mike Gorman. Good night, everybody.